Hello everyone, this is Scott, back here with video 2 in our 3-part series. I'm going to show you how to play the game. I'm using the deck that I built in my last video. So I'm going to go play, create game. The programmer's already in, so here we are. This is my starting hand. Let's see, based on what I have an infiltrator, which is my ground unit. I have an intruder, which is like a tank ground unit. Solar panel, which will let me produce resources. Cybernetics lab, which will let me uh, research, which I have 3 of. 2 exoskeletons and a heavy mortar round. The exoskeletons give my infantry, the infiltrator, an extra health, and the heavy mortar rounds will give the intruder the ability to attack buildings, not just air and armor. One thing I'd like to note, actually I have 2 things to note. One, this is pre-alpha, so what you're seeing is still rough. There might be a little bugs, a little jankiness, but this gives you an idea. It is in game. We are playing this. This is live. I don't know if I'm going to win or lose, which brings me to my second point. The programmer is right behind my monitor, so as I read off my hand, he's smiling. I can see him smiling because I just told him everything I have. But in this first phase, I can go through and select what I want to keep and what I want to get rid of. So I'm going to get rid of that and that. And we'll get rid of that too. This is my power card right here. So what that does is I'll replace it in the bottom corner there, and it asks me if I want to go first. Yes, I do want to go first. The disadvantage of going first is I only draw 1 card instead of 2. You draw 2 cards a turn. So I'll go first anyway. That will give me. Okay, so as you saw, the turn phase, ready phase happened. Control, I have no units on the field. We'll get to that in a minute. Action. As an action, I'm going to build. So the solar panel was the only one in my hand, so it automatically went out. Building is free unless I search and build, but it isn't. I'm doing nothing else because all my buildings are used and I have no other things I can put out. So I'll hit next phase, which will draw me my cards, and now I know it's the opponent's phase. He's in his action phase. He went through ready and control because he had nothing to do there. So now he just engaged his command center and built a barracks, which allow him to build infantry units. Okay, on my turn, I'm going to charge the solar panel. So you can see now it has 2 charges. This way the solar panel works is I can engage it to pull charges off to fuel the buildings to build my units and stuff. I did not get any units, so what I am going to do is search and build. And what I want to build is I'm going to put another solar panel into play. Give me 2 resource choices. Now it's asking me to pay for it. It costs 2 resources to search and build. So every card in my hand can be discarded for resource as well because my resource building is engaged. So I will discard. I'm going to discard one of those, and you know what? I'm going to discard the other one as well. So they go on my discard, and I have 2 on my discard, and that goes into play. You know what? That's my turn. So the point of the game is to either to do 10 damage in 1 turn, so everything heals up at the end of the turn, to the opponent's command center, or control 2 out of 3 of these conflict zones. It doesn't matter which 2, just as long as I control 2. To control 1, I need to get it to 6 points in my favor. So he just moved up a defender. Defender aren't very good against infantry. They actually can't attack them, but they do extra damage to everything else. So it's a good unit for if I had like tanks and stuff on the field. At this point I have no units. So what we're going to do is we're going to search and build again and put out a nano factory, which lets me build units. And now it's asking me to pay for it. I will discard this, and you know what? I'm going to discard this as well to pay for it. And the next thing I'm going to do is just put another charge on both of these, so I'm pretty much building resources. So he's already got a guy in the field. When I push next here, I'll draw my cards. It'll go to the ready phase where engaged will come off all his units, and then you'll see this go up 1 point. The way the control phase works is, here I'll push next and explain when it happens. See, here we go. Okay, so during his control phase, it counts up. It checks how many units he has a spot on all 3 of them versus me. If he has more than I do, it counts up. And once that gets to 6, he controls it, and there's nothing I can do about it. But until it gets to 6, I can move guys in and try to kill his guys and take back control of it. So as it stands, like if I were to move a guy in there, he'd have one and I would have one. It would not move. On my turn, if I had more than he did, it would go down one, back to 0, and then count up from my side. So it actually means I have to put 7 points worth on that one, count down the one he has already, and put it up 6. So it's my turn again. Every time it's my turn, you'll see the timer counting down. You have a total of a half hour to play the game. That's not counting if the opponent has on his turn, it stops the timer. So I'm going to put Intruder into place. So I just engage the Nano Factory. It's going to ask me to pay for it. I'm going to pay for it with 2 charges from here. You can see it goes into play. I'm now going to build the cybernetics for my hand, and you know what? I'm going to charge the other one. What else are we going to do? This allows me to, it's a tactics card, so this allows me to move a guy 1 space, force march. So I'm going to force march my dude. I'm allowed to pay 2 tactic cards per turn. And you know what? This is going to, you know, I'm going to do this as well. I'll do that, and then, you know, we're going to move 1 more. Okay, that's my turn. Next phase. So you can see it just went up 2 because he has his guy there for 2 turns, so it's slowly counting up the flag. We're capturing the zone, secure and make sure there's no enemy guys there and stuff like that. And by turn, it's unless he moves his guy over, which I don't see happening, I will get 1 point of mine. So if I don't move my guy into his zone here, it'll count up 2 because he has 2 guys to 0 mine, so he'll capture it even quicker. See, mine just went up 1. Okay, what am I doing on my turn? I am going to, you know what, we're going to do this. We're going to yeah, we'll train a guy from my hand, train him, discard 1, 2, that might have been a bad idea, but here we are anyway. And then what we're going to do, yeah, it was a terrible idea. Oh well, we're going to continue to do it. One of the things like I said, I would like to point out is, well, this is live. This is not taped or pre-figured out. This is going on. So I just double time my guy, which allows him to move even though he's engaged. So I moved him up to the center there. Hopefully that'll give me a little boost and prevent anything crazy happening. So we'll see what happens. So now he's got 3 guys there. There's almost nothing I can do about him taking a spot. So I've kind of resigned him to having it. But if I can have the other 2, then I can still win the game. Okay, that's a Humvee. Humvee can attack my units or transport, like you'll see here probably. Transport guys up to the front. And, oh no, nope, it didn't, because he didn't do it. So now I have 3. I just got to get 2 more points there, and I'm good to go. First thing we're going to do is we're going to research. We're going to research exoskeleton. So we got to pay for it. I'll pay 1 on that one. You know what? I'm going to get rid of this guy too. There you go. So what that does is now my guys have 3 health each, making them a little harder to kill. And the next thing we're going to do is train that guy by spending 2 points. 1, 2. Yep, that's my turn, and we'll leave those guys there to attack him. I'm only allowed to have 1 research of each type in play, so even though I have another exoskeleton in my hand, I've already researched it, so I'll just discard it for resources. So no card, or you can't be really like resource prohibited or resource shorted in this game, because everything's a resource. And so it kind of keeps the game flowing. Let's see where we at. Okay, what's he doing? Oh, crazy! So he just moved. He used the Humvee to move up a ranger. Oh, there's a lot of rangers being moved. So he's a defender and a ranger here. The ranger is the only thing that can hit me. So we'll see what he does. Wow, there's a lot there. This is gonna be a crazy turn. So pretty much what he's realized is he has to kill me or take this spot. And on his next turn, so on my turn he doesn't count up, but when I check, I go, nope, he's got superior numbers to me, a lot of superior numbers to me. And so now we're kind of, okay, this is what I gotta do. Okay, what are we gonna do? We're gonna attack, or you know, we're gonna kill that Humvee. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna attack, and we're gonna kill a Ranger. That one. Okay, so now he's, from what I can tell, he can't kill my guys, but we are where we are. I'll move that guy up. Okay. I'm only allowed 3 guys in play of each type, so it sucks. It's kind of a limitation to my side. My guys are really strong and powerful. That's all they can do. So I'll charge my building. I am going to search and train, and I'm going to put one of these guys into play. That's going to cost me, like I said, I'll use this for a resource. I'll use this for 1 resource, and I'm going to pay 3, so I'll use 1 off here as well. And you know what? That's my turn. So if he might have what he needs to kill my guys here, I don't know. Like the defenders can't hit him, but they'll mess up my tank really good. So he can, if he has a double time, which allows him to, or he can just do that. So he's doing a really crazy play here where he's trying to take over the next spot here and try to take it before I even can. I have no clue what's going on now, I'm gonna be honest. He's kind of, so he did 1 damage to me here, but he needs 3 to kill me. So I don't know what he's doing. We'll find out. We'll find out. Notice that he's got this at 6. He's flailing his arms. I think he messed up somewhere. But I can, like I said, I can see him over the monitor. So he's got 6 here. Means I can't take that. There's nothing he can do. This moved up 2 to 4 because I have more guys than he does. And really, what I need to do is kill this guy. Move this guy here. Hey, no, I said move. Move. Oops, that's why, because I keep forgetting to drag him. Move him there. You know, we're going to move this guy here. We're going to run this guy all the way over here, because these defenders are going to make him just scrap metal. So there's no point in doing that. We're also going to double time this guy and kill him, because he's the only guy that can mess up my infantry. And you know, we're gonna search and build, I think. Yep. We'll put another solar panel into play. That cost me 2. 1 off there. And I'll discard that one. And you know, we're gonna charge here. Charge. As it stands, I think I got the game. Where he's can't really do much there. He can go back and try to take the center, but I kind of got a hold on things. So now we just got to see what he does. Okay, another defender. You're only allowed 6 of each guy on the deck. So we've done a pretty... Oh, a Humvee. Okay, so what's going on here? Oh, well, I think he's about to die. Okay, so what we're going to do is whack that guy. So during the action phase, you can do any things in any order. So we'll double time my dude here. We'll hit him, and that's pretty much game, I'm guessing. We're going to research heavy mortar rounds, which allows me to attack buildings. So 1. Oh, shoot. Oh, no, that's the one I want. Oh, or it's not going to work, and I think we just hit a bug. Yep, we just hit a bug. Well, okay, guys. Well, that gives you a base idea of the game. I think I had it anyway. So I'm just going to say, I think we're going to say I had this one and figure out how the next round will go. But I'll show you in the next video how you will redeem points. But yes, like I said, this is alpha. We're still in the works. If I hadn't tried to research heavy mortar rounds, I think we would be doing better. Let's see if I can. Okay, that's what I want to do. Yep. And I want to pay that one. And no, I don't want to do that. No, it's broken. Okay. Well, I will see you guys in the next video. And like I said, this is alpha, so this just gives you an idea of what's going on. But you got a good idea of the game. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you soon.